On today's Fixing Bugs and Stuff, we are going to talk about door removal. Okay, so before removing the door, as you can see here, the hinges, I like to mark them. You can scribe them with some kind of sharp pointer or edge, but whoops, dropped it. But I usually use this like this whiteout, because this whiteout, it sticks pretty well, but it's easy to remove. So I'm gonna use the whiteout to mark, and what I'll do is I'll mark some vertical lines first. I will mark vertical lines, like up and down, and I'll probably put 2 lines just to get some kind of accuracy. So let me mark these lines. Okay, so I have my 2 marks lined on there. They're on the body and they're on the hinge. So when I put this door back, it gives me some kind of starting point, just to be sure it's aligned the best way it can. And I'll do the same for the bottom. So I can get down. I'm gonna mark it here on the outside. Get it close as possible. Do a second one. And I'm gonna add a 3rd line here. Okay, so I have these 2 lined up on the hinge, upper hinge, and I have a total of 3 lines just to get the door straight when I stick it back on, because I'm going to take the door off. So I have done the same thing on the bottom here, 2 lines to match up, 1 line on the bottom, so it's total 3. So the reason why I do that, let me show you real quick how the door looks when there is no heater channel or support of the pan. You can see here, that is really off. Look at the gap. Okay. And if I install a heater channel this way without aligning everything, that's bad news. It's never gonna be straight. So before you put the heater channels in permanently, definitely put your doors back on to be sure they will close. Seen too many guys, well, the heater channel's on and nothing lines up right. Just to give you an idea how important the heater channel is, and the body and the pan, they all need to be really aligned together before permanently welding anything. So we'll get to that later when we start doing the heater channels. Not rambling. We'll do that later when we start talking about the heater channels and when I'm gonna put those in. But I just want to give you an idea. If I lift the door, you'll see the metal flex. If you can see that or not, it's kind of hard to see, but the body does move. I mean, this whole thing's in flex. Let me back up a little bit. Maybe you see a little better. This whole thing flex, so it requires the heater channels, the floor pan, they all join together to make this one solid structure. So for me to close this, I have to lift this by its handle, and it shuts. See, the lines are a little tiny off, so when I put everything together, I know I'm going to do some adjustments. So I'm going to start taking off the hinges on the door now that they're marked. So we'll pop off this plastic piece here, this plastic cover. Pop off this plastic piece. Comes right out. That screw looks pretty good. This looks like somebody stripped it a little bit, not using the right Phillips head driver. Same thing for these bottom ones. This looks really bad. Somebody stripped that. Not using the right Phillips head. So I'll show you the right Phillips head. The plastic cover is missing from this guy. So I'll show you the right Phillips head. Give me 1 second. Okay, so the correct bit to use is this it's PH4. That's what it says on the side here. That's the size, PH4. And it fits perfectly in there. No slop, unless you strip the head. But even so, if you did strip the head, this is the right tool to use. And this is like an impact Phillips head. You can get at Harbor Freight or wherever, but it's a PH4. So let's just start taking out these screws. So you want to work on the 2 exterior ones first, and then you'll start with the middle one, meaning that I'll start off with these 2 here first, and then I'll work on this one. Since this one is in great shape, usually these are in good shape. The rust hasn't really started on them. It's the outside ones that get a lot of exposure. So besides, you don't want to take all of them out on the top and then leave the ones on the bottom, because then you're going to start bending some metal because of the weight of the door. So you don't want to do that. So be sure you have a way to support the door as you do this. So what I'm going to use a jack to support it. So let me do that now. It's being supported now by that. Should be no issues. Just make sure you hang on to the door. If you're doing this by yourself, hang on to the door because it could flip out on you. Oh, I forgot. My fault. You need to take out that pin. So let me do that now. Okay, I removed the pin. I used a pick tool to remove the pin. That's what it looks like. This little C-clip there is to hold it in place. So be sure you take this out first before taking off the screws, because if not, that's gonna give you a hard time. So now this is clear to come out just like that. Now we should be able to get the door off with one hand. So let me remove the last remaining screw, which is on the bottom here. Okay. Now, we can grab this with one hand and pull in this direction. Let's try that. And there you go. It is off. Grabbed it right here by the vent window and pulled it to my left. So it is out. So let me set the door down. Okay, the door is down. Let's take a look. So there's a little bit of surface rust there, as you can see. There's a nut plate that floats back there, so you can adjust the door the way you need to. So definitely check that out. A lot of times it could be rusted out, but this one looks like it's in great condition. For the bottom should be a nut plate as well. This should float around too. It might be rusted in place. Not sure yet. I'll have to check it out. Yeah, it may be rusted in place. But since I have this out, the heater channel out, I can go in here. If you can see it, I can go in here and see my finger there. I can go in here and try to get it loose. But that all looks good too as well. So there's a crack here. I might have to replace this here, and I have the parts on order. So I might just replace this section of it. But we'll see when the parts come in. To go over the marks are still here to align the door when I put it back. And they're still on here as well. So we need to work on the door. There are some rust holes in the door. I also want to fix this and treat this so it doesn't rust. I might replace the mirror with something else. I'm not sure. Definitely gonna put a mirror on the other side. So, okay. That's basically it, taking the door off. So all my mistakes. Just work through it. I mean, you can do it by yourself. Just have a jack and some wood. You're good to go. Anyway, I'm gonna do the other side. I'm not going to film that. But hopefully this is helpful for everyone. Sorry about the mistake. Again, please like, subscribe, and comment. And thank you for watching.